Hello, welcome back. This is Grillenheimer. Um, just ended a really interesting game here. I'm not sure. This was really strange. What I was doing was I was picking Wave 1 characters with bold properties and trying to total 25. No extras battle cards with stars on them or anything like that. I had Autobot Mirage, Starscream and Flamewar on this side. On the right side, we had Private Arcee, Optimus Prime, Autobot Leader, and Jetfire. On this side, you know, 10, 18, 7, it's 25. He's, from this Prime is from the first. Actually, he was in that mode, I think. No, he wasn't. I had him flipping at all the right times. From the first. It's after midnight. He was in that first beginner's deck, the starter's deck. Him, Bumblebee. I forgot who the other two were. But these guys won. They lost, and this was really strange. I didn't know what deck this was. I just sort of was glancing through it, just trying to take out any star cards, and I took out one whole little star card in it, which was like mounted missiles. So, it had Stunnicon Enigma cards in here, so maybe it was for Stunnicons. I got to play a whole one secret action that I saw over here. This deck was my Predacon deck, and I didn't expect that. I thought this was a different deck. So I had very few orange pip cards, mostly a blue deck with some white sprinkled in. But overall, with the backup beams and the bold 2 on Starscream, bold and the extra bold on Flamewar, it kind of worked. It didn't. Of course, it failed. It did not do very well against that mixed deck over there. Of all things. But it was a bit of a slow game, but a very interesting game. And how it ended was this right here. Autobot Mirage. Of course, I can put Energon Slingshot on him for the +1, but I can't do what's on here. And he had the tough 3 for the evasive maneuvers. Let's see. Optimus Prime had the Matrix and primary laser on him. We flipped the action card, was Leap into Battle. He was down by 6. Arcee was down by 5, as you can see here. And that was what I flipped. I didn't have any orange, hardly whatsoever. It was just all this adding up, plus the 3. And then I came over here and flipped for the defense, and we had like... it was attack of 9, 8, 7, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. See, there's no blue down here. So he gets attacked by 2. Well, he's already down by 11. He only has 12 hit points, so he only has 1 hit point left. The 2 knocked him out. End of game. So it was pretty close. It was really fun considering how ragtag this ended up being. I picked the wrong decks, and I just went ahead and went with it. Once I realized this was my Predacon deck. Oops. And maybe this is my Stunnicon deck. Don't know why the Stunnicons would have the Matrix in it. And unless maybe, I don't know. They're in the red sleeves, and I don't know. I don't know what that deck is for. I can't remember, but it was a weird game. It was a fun game. The one with all the most Autobots won, and I didn't think about it, but I had Flamewar in my KO pile, and I guess I could have kept flipping Flamewar to give bold and tough to everybody still in play. I didn't think of that because I'm so used to only Sentinels and other characters like that affecting the play, so to speak. But you can still do that. With that in mind, in Wave 5 coming out, trying with a new card to where if alternate winning, if you can get all your battle cards in the KO area, one thing that would help would be Wave 1 Jetfire, if they let you do this. Because normally when a character gets knocked out, you take the upgrades and you put them in your scrap pile. Well, if Jetfire, if we can still flip them in their KO pile, and you flip him to robot mode, I mean, heck, it even says when you flip, put an armor or utility from your scrap pile onto the character. So does that count if he's in the KO pile? Can you move a battle card from your scrap pile to your KO pile if you flip Jetfire while he's in the KO? Would that help you out in that instance for Wave 5? I mean, that's a good question. I don't know. But things to think about. I did see they finally have a boat character for Wave 5 for Siege 2 that they have leaked, teased, or whatever. And lo and behold, that boat character has a 2 white pip ability. Where did that come from? That came from me first. Because I did that earlier in the summer with my boats. So I don't know if I know my viewership is very low. I'm not really trying for views or popularity or anything like that. I'm sure a lot of people don't agree with my views with my other videos. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. But I find it really interesting. And if you've been noticing some of my comments and some of my videos, somebody asked me an interesting question about if they think my characters, well, here's one. Here's like a copy. It's not even, it's just a copy of a copy here. If they think, I'm so sorry, that was terrible. And I think the question was posed is, do I consider my characters as being their own game, or would I like my characters to be considered canon as part of the game? And I'm thinking, wow, who is this person? And considering I prefer playing them kind of separately, but I have mixed them in with official characters. Of course, Stardom here is a spaceship. The Spedibots are all spaceships. Because when I created these as a teenager, like 3 decades ago plus, I remember thinking that of all the Transformers and of all the combiners, we didn't have spaceships. And as you can see here, I was trying to make them